Hello. I just demoed how to start Solaris 11 on a virtual machine, and we're did the demo, and at the end I decided to just close it, and then I just wanted to show you now that the VM is up and running, how you're going to shut down the VM. So let me just share my screen first. I am going to share that screen, and then you will see that again, welcome back to MyWebUniversity.com free education videos. My name is Wahid Al-Lutfi. I'm providing you through My Web University and my YouTube channel, which is My Web University free education videos. Free videos for education purpose, computer science related courses, C++, Python, operating system, UNIX, Linux, Windows, Mac, and shell programming, shell scripting, Apache web server, a lot of documentations on the manual pages, and a lot of technical documentation, thousands, at least 60 or 70,000 documentation on my website called MyWebUniversity.com. You're welcome to visit MyWebUniversity.com and then look at the technical documentation there. So if you go by MyWebUniversity.com/man_pages, this brings up all the systems. In this case, you can see the hub here for banners of those ones, but here is the man pages. So if you look at the man pages, really nice with alphabetical, everything is available for you. If you look for the Open Solaris or Solaris Express, you will see the basically all the details of these man pages. For example, if you're looking for something like ZFS file system, ZFS, you have a separate video on it. You can see that the examples and definition, everything is there. So that is just one part of the technical documentation. The actual website that I have here, it provides you a lot of more videos and online education. So if you click on the C++, you'll learn how to do C++. It will actually run my C++ video on YouTube here. Because of the those options, I'm not array data structure, and then I have videos on vectors, data structure, and list, and everything else on Python, C window for now, because you can see the previous video, and that is still rendering. Because of some of the videos, pictures that are showing, unfortunately, I have no control over it. It's because of the resources, and YouTube has to render it. So it's going to take a while to do it. And then sometimes it's high quality, high definition, sometimes a little bit rendering issues that you could see on the tubes, but you can listen to the video and learn from it. On this demonstration, I'm going to show you the previous Oracle VM that we already started previously. And so I'm going to shut down that one, and then that's all I want to demonstrate on this video for how to power off Solaris machine. So here you're seeing that it's a running state. If I click on this show, you will see that Oracle Solaris is ready for me to look into it. So I'm going to log in back to the session, because once you have a machine up and running, it is basically waiting for you to log in again, because the screensaver kicks in. And this is showing that Wahid Lutfi is the user. I'm typing the password, and then I say unlock it for me. So now it's going to unlock it, and it's going to connect to the logs there. And as you can see, there's already a terminal, GNOME terminal that is open for me. So I could type in here, say uptime. You can see that it is 1 hour 50 minutes. And since I started the last video, I started it and I spin off on it, and then I did some work on it. At the same time, on the last video, I actually was showing you that NTP, the time was not good. So if I type in NTP Q minus P, it says connection refused. And then I showed you exactly what was the problem, but I did not fix the problem. So on this video, I'm going to fix that problem first, and then we will shut down the VM. Let's fix that problem. So I'm going to become root first, switch user dash, and then I'm going to log in the root password. I could use sudo, or I could use root, and now I'm root here. So at this time, I'm going to issue a command called ntpq minus p, and it says that, okay, connection is refused. Now I need to know SVCS services command minus a for all, and I want to see the service NTP. So it says that it's in maintenance mode. Last time I cleared it, everything is was still in maintenance mode because ntp.conf file is missing. And how did I find out the ntp.conf file is missing is if I type in ntp minus, sorry, not ntp. If I type in svc s minus l for log NTP, it will tell me that there's a log file here, svc log network dash NTP colon default log. So on that log file, if I do a tail minus 5, just to look at the last 5 lines, svc log network dash NTP colon default log. And you can see that it says that the file on the error configuration file, etc inet ntp.conf file not found. So why is that not found? Because inside here on the inet directory, if I look at the inet directory here, and then say ls minus l ntp.conf file, that file is just, I created that one temporary to get it. If this file is ntp.conf file is currently not there, as a result, you will not have this file. But how this file is normally, there's a ntp.client file here and ntp.server side. Since this is going to be a client file, I'm going to create that file and say copy ntp.client as ntp.server, ntp.conf file. So I made a copy of it. Now we have ntp.conf file. But what is inside that ntp.conf file? So if I do a cat minus n ntp.conf file, and then pipe more so I can see one screen at a time, you can see on these lines, it tells you what is ntp.conf file and the details of the information. Let me move this screen a little bit bigger so you can see it a little bit differently. And then I type in the spacebar, and it shows there. On line 44 through 46, you can see the server. So I need to have an entry for one server at least to make sure my time gets synced with that time server. And the way you do it is that if you do a netstat minus rn, you have this gateway 10.0.2.2, and that way, if you can ping your gateway, because from the gateway you move to the outside world. And then here, a cat resolve.conf file is also my gateway for the host operating system, which is a Windows machine in this case. So 192.168.254.254 is my gateway to go outside to the basically to a frontier gateway, and from there I could just get outside. So to frontier, and then from frontier to other name servers, and resolve everything. So at this time, I'm just going to only put 10.0.2.2 on the file and then modify it. I can use VI editorial, but on Solaris, you can use PF edit. PF edit, if I type in what is PF edit, basically is per file editorial, but it just if you do a man per PF edit, it also just shows you that it actually modifies the configuration file, but by default, it uses the editorial or visual environment variables to see if it is set to VI, it will do it. The permissions are going to be set to that. And if you do the -S, it will be read write for root. Everybody else's dashes that not. By default is read write for root, and then group and others or having only read access. So I'm going to use the default option, not -S, and I'm going to modify it, this file. So we did the netstat -rn, and then look for the gateway. And so grep -i 10.0.2.2. We already know that one is 10.0.0.2. If it is too difficult for you to memorize it, you can just say that this one is grep it and then put it into a file T and then cut T. Now you have the default gateway that is there. You can even just say grade inside and then awk print $2, and then that would just only get you the name of the gateway here. So that is the gateway information. Why did I do that one? So I don't have to memorize the IP address if it is a little bit more harder to memorize. That's easy to memorize. So I'm going to say pf edit and then say ntp.conf file. Since I'm there on that directory, I could just say the name and it will open it. So now I'm going to search for server, and then right here where it says server directive that at line 44, we notice that there's a lot of server here. And then right here, the first one that I'm doing here, I could have also do line 44 because the cat it was showing this there. So now I could do escape YYPP. So now I could just save one of these ones and then just say, if I just remember it, I could type in 10.0.2.2, or I could say escape, shift, and read in the file T. Now the file T comes in, I already have that one. I'm gonna move this one, just go shift escape J and then move this one. And then at the end of this line, now I have one. The ntp.conf file suggestion on the server setting is either 1 or 3. Don't set up 2 server name, because sometimes if one of them is down, the other one is automatically not available, and they say that it should be good to have at least 2 more available there. And so I'm going to just choose the one because this is a local machine is there. So here we did the file now, grep-i server ntp.conf file. You can see that the one that I just have this option is there. Now all you have to do is say clear screen svc adm disable ntp svc adm enable ntp. Let's see if svcs -a ntp if it is available. It just shows already online. Now svcs -l ntp, you can see the log is all good in there. So if I tail the tail the var svc log network -ntp :default .log, you can see that it says that it started successfully. ntp-start is the actual lab svc method that we're using. So here I'm going to do a clear screen, and then ntpq -p now is showing that time is synced, and then the drift file, everything is already in place. Okay, so also on the grep-i drift, if you say on the ntp.conf file, you can see there's a file called var ntp ntp.drift This did not exist before. Now it is still not there. It is good. I recommend it to put this file there and then make sure that the drift is not too far. So ntpq minus p, it is showing that it's in sync, and then the date is good. And then svcs minus a for ntp, you can see it is online. So we're all good on it. If I type in uptime here, it's about 2 hours and this system is up and running, but I don't need it. I could use the resources here. Remember that PRT conf grep minus I memory was saying that I'm using 4 gigabyte of my physical memory. That is about 12 gig on this Windows machine. And then I just need the resources, and this is for demonstration only. I make these videos for you to learn, and you're welcome to just enjoy it and then make comments on the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, because when you subscribe, you're helping yourself learning faster. You will see the latest videos that I post. If you don't subscribe, yeah, that's fine with me. It's not an issue there, but I'm just saying that the more people subscribe, the more chances for me to help you with further videos. You will get the videos as soon as I post it. So you will be up to date with all the videos. So now I am logged on as root. I can shut down the machine. If I issue the command reboot, this will just bring up the VM back to running state and run level 3. So right now, if I just go who minus R, it says that I'm running in run level 3, which is in this graphical interface. Solaris has run level 0, run level 1, run level. Basically, S is lowercase s and uppercase s is single user mode. And then run level 1 is the first run level, which is just having for administrative purpose. You're not having it for other users. And run level 2 is multi-user purpose. So other people could log in. But then run level 3 is with NFS, multi-user, in addition to NFS and mount points and other things that you could do is also a graphical user interface. Run level 4 is not usable in Solaris. Run level 5 is when you power off a machine. If the system supported, you can do run level 5, and then that would power off the machine if and the hardware supports it. And run level 6 is for reboot. So there's altogether 8 run levels, run level 1 through 6, as well as run level with lowercase s and uppercase s, which is going to bring you in single user mode. And then on this one, you can also do a net. A net is another binary that you could just say, for example, a net 3 to just bring the system and run level 3, or a net 5 to power off. This is a fast way. It is not going to be the right way to just do it with the shutdown. If you want to just bring the system into a shutdown without prompting it. On Linux, you type in shutdown minus H and now, meaning halt now, but on Solaris, you use the shutdown command to do it gracefully with all the information that you could provide instead of reboot. So I'm going to do the shutdown command here, and I could do it on a VM without becoming root, because VM, actually on the Linux, you could do it, but on Solaris, you have to have root privilege to shut down. So I'm going to do a shutdown since I'm root here. I'm going to clear a screen, and I'm going to say who minus R, I'm run level 3. Then I'm going to do shutdown minus G for grace period. I'm not going to wait. When you do -H for halt on Linux, equivalent to that one on Solaris is -G for grace period of 0. Minus G minus I for init level, and then I'm going to do 5. And init level of 5, meaning that when you power it off, also don't just wait for it to that I have to power off the machine. You shut down all the services and then at the same time power it off. So here I'm going to do -Y for yes. And before I just do this one, and let me just move this one, you could see that right now on the my Solaris, it says running state. So when I do this shutdown, as the -I5 comes in, it will actually do power off of the machine. So -Y, meaning that don't prompt me, yes. Go ahead, shut down, I'm the only user. And normally when you do this kind of shutdown, make sure you're the only user. So when you type in who -R, it shows that run level. But if you could type in who, and then if there's any user, you need to not put the grace period to 0. If you did not schedule it, and then let the user know, and then shut down. You could also use the write wall message command, write all, to just let all the user know that it will be going down for a maintenance purpose for 5 minutes or 10 minutes kind of grace period. You can let them know so they can log out successfully. But usually if you're working on production, don't do it within the 5 minutes notification, because people could be not in front of their computer right away to log off. And so schedule it with appropriate notification. So right now you can see the process are being stopped, and then you say system servers are now being stopped at the bottom, and then every other service that was initially done with grace period of 0 is already done. It will be just soon before we see that the system is powered off, and then that my Solaris, this running state will change to power off, like powered off, like those other VMs that I have powered off. Let's see how fast it is in terms of that. Again, a lot of it has to do with the option that is available for the NET5 or these other ones. You can also, on this X button, you can click on it to just don't wait for it. It will just give you a menu on power off. And if you just say, yeah, go ahead, power off, that would do it. On system that NET5, the hardware is not supported, it will not power off there. So then you'll be indefinitely waiting here on these options. But I have seen that on this system, I have done that one, and it just sends to the next level. Now it's gonna say something. So what is that one? Failed transition to maintenance C HVC minus XVC for details. So the graphical part, the GDM, failed to do the transitional, but that is still okay. It should just power off. Let's give it a few more seconds, and then we see what is going to happen. And so now it says repository status for service may be inaccurate. Default, because the repository connection was broken, will stop services. Yeah, so those ones could be any error messages at this time is meaningless, because we're just killing all these processes, and whenever it tries to unmount the file system, if it was still up and running, once you see the syncing file system done, then you're good. Now the hardware will do it. Now you see that it closed that window and this power off comes in. Now I have the 4096 gig back into the spaces that I was looking for. So I basically created about 4 gig of memory by saying that that is in power off state. So if I do a system info, and then find a memory, and then put the memory in the within codes, because that's a parameter of find command, you can see that now out of the 11, there's more memory allocated, and more memory is available here. For available is 7 gig. So out of those 4 gig, I used to have about 3 gig, now it's 4 gig additional is available. So I can close this window. Here I can just spin off another VM that I say, okay, now let's do a demo on Ubuntu or something. So that would be our next session, and I'll just stop this one. Please don't forget to subscribe MyWebUniversity free education videos, and you're welcome to subscribe so you can see all the video. Subscription is always free on YouTube. All you need is just a YouTube account, and which is also free. So then you can watch all the videos, cool videos people post on YouTube. You're welcome to watch all of them that you enjoy and learn from it. Have a nice one. Take care. Have fun.